Hellos, welcomes back everyone. Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. Playing as Theia here, my bounty hunter. And where we last left off, we had just completed the second bounty target to gain us admittance into the final melee and a great hunt. We are now on our way to speak to someone in Imperial intelligence to learn about this third and final bounty target. So, let us be on our way. I need to have a word with this Captain Medal.
Do you require medical attention? Be well.
So, we just need to cross over these walkways here. As Imperial intelligence is connected, it does have structures within the Citadel itself. We have the Sith Sanctum. I don't think we'll ever need to enter if everything goes well. Hopefully we never truly get the attention of the Sith. That would only go very poorly for us. I would say the same about Imperial intelligence, but we have no choice.
What the? Oh, right. The bounty hunter. Glad you could make it. You nervous, Hunter? Parked in the middle of Imperial intelligence and all.
I can say one word, or touch one button, and you'd disappear forever.
Poof. Gone. Just like that. No one would even dare to ask what happened to you.
That's a lot of responsibility for one man.
I knew you'd understand. Makes your head spin, doesn't it? I never signed up for this cloak and dagger stuff. I was a regular soldier. Then one day, I put together a covert op raid that goes a little too well. And bam! I'm in Imperial intelligence. Look, what I'm saying is the stuff that goes on in these halls is insane. And all of it is crazy hush-hush. So what I'm going to tell you has to stay just between you and me. Got it?
My price tag always includes the cost of discretion.
Here's the deal. There's a huge ancient Sith temple on Dromund Kaas. Used to just sit there being scary. Now the place is crawling with Sith sorcery, and it's been ordered a no-go zone for everyone. Naturally, we sent a team in. My commander led that team. Nobody came back. We can't report any of them dead without reporting the mission, which puts me in a bind.
I still don't see what you need me for.
If I can't prove my commander's dead, I can't take over his spot, which means an ugly power vacuum. I'm hiring you to enter that temple and find the team's ID cards, especially my commander's. I need those IDs to create more acceptable deaths for them.
It's a done deal.
I tell you, I envy you getting to do the fun part. Make sure you find an Imperial commander named Gargan. Can't imagine there'll be more than one corpse in a temple wearing commander stripes. Grab all the team's ID cards and double time it back here quietly.
Seems straightforward enough.
Wish I was going with you. The Dark Temple should be all sorts of exciting.
Yeah. Except the part that it is labeled a no-go zone. And yet you're still sending me in there.
ready for departure. Enjoy your stay.
So we need to head over to this ancient temple, which is quite far to the west of Kaas City. It's actually going to be quite a journey to get to our destination. And there's plenty for us to do on the way there. First things first, let's pick up this side mission. Warning! Enter the plaza at your own risk. Terrorist attacks have targeted the area. Patrols have deactivated multiple bombs within the city plaza, but are not certain the area is secure. The Dark Council calls upon all abled bodies to find and disable any additional devices. So the plaza is where we were cutting through to meet Administrator Reese and Admiral Fraball. We actually do see one of these explosive devices. And it's now in our hand. Thankfully, over here, there is a nifty little disposal machine. Excellent. Actually. Vehicles. And I'll grab this as well. Let's choose a different vehicle to get us around, one that isn't so large. Excellent. Now we need to head west of Kaas City, as we'll no doubt discover through a codex entry. The Empire is always trying to expand Kaas City. Unfortunately, there is always other developments impeding the construction of new buildings.
Damn it, this would never have happened on my watch. No offense, Hunter, but we were better off before the war. when we were still closed to the rest of the galaxy. First, it's slave rebellions in the jungle, then this. We wouldn't have allowed these kinds of things 30 years ago.
What's the problem, officer?
I was sent to this construction site to investigate unusual behavior among the droids. I wasn't here long when one of the units attacked me. I barely escaped with my life, but worse than that, I found this transmitter on the droid.
Do you think the droids were being controlled by someone?
Yes, and I believe they're sending signals back as well. I warned my superiors what would happen if they continued to be lax about this planet's security. Someone, an independent interest, a rogue Sith Lord, is using these droids to broadcast Kaas City's schematics to an off-planet location.
You want me to blow up some droids or what?
We need to get those transmitters. If we can remove enough of them from the droids, it'll make the data they're sending unintelligible. The sooner we get those transmitters out, the better. This information can't end up in the hands of our enemies.
Very interesting. Droids are malfunctioning and transmitting information. Someone and somewhere.
It's kind of funny seeing so much of the new Kaas City growing up around the old Sith architecture. It's like stepping through time.
Yeah, the city is being built on top of ancient Sith burial chambers.
I'm not scared of you.
So we are looking for any droids with these transmitters hidden upon their, well, frames. Not all of them have the transmitters installed. But we are finding a few. We found enough.
Back already? And you have the transmitters?
Just take them already.
Well, what do you know? And here I was starting to think efficiency had gone out of style. I owe you thanks. If you'll give me a moment, I'll upload the data to High Command and we'll see what's what. This is worse than I ever would have imagined. Lord Grathan's behind this. He has to be.
I've faced Lord Grathan and his renegade forces. What's he done now?
He's covered his tracks well. We won't be able to prove it, but Lord Grathan has been sending security codes and planetary readouts off-world. Everything an invading army would need. Major Shellister is already en route to the probable invasion site with every soldier he can find. They'll meet you just across the bridge. Hurry.
Oh, I see. Ooh. Level 27. Oh, and this is what I was looking for earlier. So, first things first. Level 27. Oh, you need to choose? Oh, that's terrible, actually. So we did gain a passive ability, Close and Personal. This increases the duration of our energy shield. In addition, when suffering direct damage from area attacks, we vent more heat and we get a small amount of healing. But we have to choose between one of 3 abilities, 2 of which are passives. We have 2 charges to our grapple, and it will finish the charge of our rocket punch. Our grapple will deal a small amount of tech damage, and our next rocket punch will deal additional damage. Or we can choose jet charge, which allows us to charge a distant target, dealing a small amount of kinetic damage but interrupting their current action and immobilizing them. We cannot use this against targets in cover, but when used it grants battering ram, which resets the cooldown of jet charge and increases your movement by 30%. When battering ram is active, jet charge may be used once within 10 meters of a target and deals 50% additional damage. Ah, okay. I mean, we're gonna take jet charge, of course we are. It's kind of a staple of the power tech. Now, we are gonna quickly head back over to the spaceport. And I'll explain why. Captain Eisen would like us to go see this Major Shellister and warn him of the danger the transmitting droids may cause, and the transmissions that have been sent, anything that a waiting army would require. We're gonna grab the heroic known as Friends of Old, which is a heroic Major Shellister would give us. I will reset this heroic, but for the conversations that take place in the correct order, we need to have this quest on our person. And then we'll head back over to the expansion district. And we actually received a bit of mail. Oh well, we'll check that later. Oh, actually there's a mailbox here. Ah, from that Sandor the Sith. The Order of Revan will soon cease to be. Tari Darkspanner was taken in secret and is being unburdened of her heresy to the Dark Council even as we speak. An infiltrator is speaking to the Revanites in her place, laying the foundation for their eventual destruction. It is an old ruse, but a useful one. In time, the Revanite camp and so-called holy places will burn. Darth Jarnus expresses a continued appreciation for your efforts. From Darkspanner's confessions, it seems the Revanite influence had spread further than anticipated, reaching even beyond Dromund Kaas. The fact that Jet Charge also immobilizes a target, I wonder. I wondered if it would also proc our rail shot. Apparently not. Oh well.
You in charge? Captain Eisen seemed to think you could use an extra gun.
We could at that. Welcome aboard.
Nice and straightforward. And now if I abandon friends of old...
Over the last 3 days, a series of transmissions left Dromund Kaas and were received by ships orbiting a nearby asteroid. These transmissions contained safe landing coordinates for the planet's surface and security codes to bypass the orbital defenses.
I've already heard most of this from Captain Eisen. The question is, who's behind the invasion?
Of course, I just wanted to be thorough. Several hours ago, small shuttles built to avoid sensor detection began to land and deliver troops to the planet's surface. These troops are brutal alien mercenaries of the exiled Lord Titonus. Students of Sith politics will remember she was the rebel who declared her own kingdom on Begarin.
A Sith who declares herself queen seems like she'd be worth more than a few credits.
Truly a prize in any hunter's collection. Lord Titonus has judged her timing perfectly. With so many of our forces off-planet, it is possible she could take Kaas City if she lands her entire mercenary army. We must stop her shuttles from landing and beat back her forces. I've thrown every resource I have down there already, now it's up to you.
Excellent. So if we disable or destroy the shuttles capable of evading sensor detection, the invasion will pretty much be a bust, from the sounds of things. We're gonna jump up this way, but this will lead us to another datachron. Not that we can collect it, of course, but I may as well show it off. Because we're now above the mercenary landing site. Oh! Got stuck in the tree there. Well, try to avoid that if you can. And here's your datachron. So we need to find some of the mercenaries that are holding on to some explosive material. The demolitionists are our target.
On the way.
We also have a bonus to deal with 20 of the mercenary forces. The invasion's vanguard are ferocious mercenaries who have been hired by this Lord Titonus. the demolitionists are holding on to thermal detonators that we need to destroy the shuttles with their sensor dampening equipment. Excellent. We have enough thermal detonators now, we just need to place them on the various shuttles. One of which is right here, so since we're here anyway... Now, these are... Well, this is one of the higher level heroic missions. The enemies we're encountering are... like level 15, level 14. Due to our level sync, these enemies are actually causing us a bit more pain. We have to be a bit careful. Thank you, Mako. We do have a couple of ways to mitigate damage, but they both have long cooldowns. At level 15, we unlocked an ability known as the Heroic Moment. It has a 5-minute cooldown, but while you have an active companion, you start restoring 2% of your maximum health every 3 seconds. And we have 2 legacy abilities. One I haven't put on my quick bar. The other is Unity. Again, you need an active companion, but for 15 seconds, when active, this reduces the damage you take for 50%, which is pretty damn decent. So when do we learn our next skills? Level 35 will give us that energy burst ability. I've certainly noticed over the years, especially with how they rebalanced how you unlock your abilities. Some of the skills you would normally gain earlier on, they've spread out. You don't even gain one of your major skills until you're level 60, which would normally be at the end of the Rise of the Hood Cartel expansion. Normally your major skills you would probably learn at like level 30, maybe level 40 at a push, but they've spread out your ability to learn skills.
Trouble on the way.
We're joined by an operative here, and his companion Kaleo. Need to deal with 5 more of the mercenary forces as well. Oh, why not? We'll help out.
You're gonna get it now.
Go on, and I know you want to place your explosive. In the meantime... There are some quests where you have to wait. Like, if someone completes the quest or interacts, say with the landing shuttle here, you have to wait for the control panel here where you'd place your thermal detonator to reset. Sometimes the respawn or reset can take a while. So now that the landing shuttles are dealt with, we have one more task, and that is to find this renegade and exile Lord Titonus and her apprentices and acolytes. So, we have a forward base of operations, and plenty of these acolytes and apprentices.
Pretty sidekick buster.
Ow. And here is the Lord Titonus herself.
We'll never be able to prove Lord Gratham was behind the transmissions that allowed her invasion, but it doesn't matter. Everyone who matters knows the truth, and Gratham is already losing influence and followers.
So Graffin was working alongside this Lord Titonus to elevate himself into a position of the Dark Council. And we're starting to gain the carbon-scored lockboxes now. So, we need to get ourselves back over to the good Major. And I think that'll probably be a good place to take a small break once again. We'll park ourselves once we've got out of the landing site here, out of this valley. Because when we come back, we will continue on our journey towards the Dark Temple. And we'll see what is inside while searching for the ID tags of the missing intelligence team. So we'll just park ourselves here, why not? So, thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time when we head over to the Dark Temple. Until then, no, take care. Bye bye now.